Hello again. We're back. I'm Ferallair, or you could call me Loretta, and we're doing a forbidden playthrough of Disco Elysium. So we're continuing our speedy playthrough as a fascist honor cop. So we're gonna be moving kind of fast. I'm gonna skip a lot of dialogue, but I try not to cut off in the middle of a sentence because that's really, really annoying. But just enough to get the gist of what's going on. So if you've never seen this game played, you might want to go find a more relaxed, slower playthrough. Because we're gonna be moving kind of quick. Plus, this is how would you say? It's a forbidden playthrough, so we're gonna be doing a lot of dialogue options that are kind of gross. But I'm interested in why they're there, so we might talk about it. We'll see. But anyway, let's get started. So last time we talked to Claude about Hardy Boys allegations, and then we confronted the Hardy Boys and got the tape. We talked to Measurehead about race theory and got into the harbor and talked to Everard. We opened the door for him, and then we're here and we're about to go in and talk to the Sunday friend. So let's get started. Got my notes up so I remember what we need to do. We can actually go in the door. Let's do it. Buckle up, Buttercup, we're going. Okay. I don't know if quarterly business magazines, canopy bed made of metal, very industrial chic. Dishes soaking up in a pot. Isn't that a very European thing, or at least British thing? Like, to have a pan or like a plastic container inside your sink. Why? You have a sink. Just do the dishes in the sink. Anyway. An empty ashtray. Ooh, nice. None of these is weird. A bucket of paint on a layer of old newspaper. An old photograph of the same apartment. Oh, I want to do something like that for my house if I could find something, because my house was built in 1947. Nothing else over here. That's kind of cool.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason, you feel this man is your superior. Superior, but he's not in the command chain.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot. Yes, make it clear you're the one setting the terms here.
An innocuous question. Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy. Sounds very... Okay. Show him the silk robe. Before we go, tell me, where did you get this beautiful silk robe? The Samarin hat. Well, I'll get to that right after you tell me the story behind the black Samarin hat. Let's talk about the hat.
I got it from the head of the Samaran delegation on my trip to Lomantan.
Lomantan?
It's made from a special charcoal-colored bamboo. It's an emblem of the formal normalization of our diplomatic relations. That's really all I can tell you about it.
That didn't work at all. The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
All right, so you actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Let's see. This is just the break we've been looking for. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is it because you did it, Mr. Villandron? Start from the beginning, if you would.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
Oh, with that, I'm like, I haven't even looked at the body. Who were they? Can you describe them?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Were any of them huge, like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
I think I looked it up once. 200 kilograms is like, what, 600 pounds? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Miss Kitty Cup. I've got my little stream monster right here by my side. Sleeping right on the HDMI cord. If everything goes black, it's because she's finally broken it. 200 kilograms to pounds? Not kilograms. Is, yeah. But kg. Okay. 2 pounds. Whoops. What the heck's happening? 2 pounds. Oh, it's not even. It's 441 pounds, roughly. That's not a giant. Why do they keep saying that? They don't know any hefty Americans, apparently. Not that 400 pounds isn't huge. But it's not improbable. It's just very rare. And not very healthy. I don't think they'd be participating in a lynching without some kind of mobility aids. Probably. Did any of them look like drummers?
Drummers? Why, no. But then, I don't know what a drummer is supposed to look like.
I think we can drop the drummer angle. That was my bad.
What happened
I
next?
went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices.
Were they men?
They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men, women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
But we are fairly certain the lady driver was present.
You sure at least one of them wasn't a woman?
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must remember.
Were they racist description? Those funny... Oh my goodness.
Those funny... Oh, officer. That kind of language is unbecoming of an officer of the RCM.
I agree.
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Aeropagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
What happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the RCM?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late.
You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
Those are all my questions. Thanks for your time.
Of course. Anything I can do to assist the RCM.
Yeah, I feel like he's less here. Like, I believe he was here and saw the hanging, but I think he's also... He's here on the download. I have a feeling the cigarette smoker on the balcony is a spy. And that this guy's his handler. And he's here checking up on us. Because he doesn't have the contacts in the RCM to really check up on things. But he's concerned about the war that's brewing between the Union and Wild Pines, basically. So what's an official like you doing, Marnaise?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled.
So yeah, I mean, that's what he says he's here, but he's here about the strike.
The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Sure. That's why. What are you doing in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
So you're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes. As I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability.
What's
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. A sound monetary policy is... But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always... It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides,
sure.
there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
Are you a moralist?
But of course.
Why?
Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
And are you... And are you a moralist, Kim?
Me? I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Ravachol.
A very moralist answer.
The lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's superiors.
What is a normal, stable world?
The Occident is part of the normal world. Oranje, sur la clé.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No.
What about the rest of
Martinez
Revachol?
is something else.
Is Revachol part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy.
Yeah, this all feels like BS. Like, what democracy? They don't get to vote. They don't have a government. They have no They have taxation and no representation. They've got police who have actually no authority. It's like a weird... I'm not a very scholarly person on politics, but it reminds me of something like... Is it Hong Kong or Taiwan that's kind of like... Or even Puerto Rico or the Philippines or whatever that are like... colonies of other places. They have no rights. It's like, oh, you're under democracy, except you don't get to participate because you're not a citizen of a democratic place. You're a colony of a democratic place. Okay.
But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. Foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians.
Of course,
Bullshit.
the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Your full autonomy is important, I agree. But it's an ongoing process. Nothing happens overnight. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. What's there to say? Sur la Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur la Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area. Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. As founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of political weight, while Sur la Clé takes care of the business side of things. Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. About what? Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an
Horse
example
cars.
for less emerged nations to follow. Whatever you wish, officer.
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you, that it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations in 21, and it's been penned. EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Why, it stands for progress and stability. It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident. You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy. It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure. No, candidate members do become members. Why? But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
Yeah. You get to be in limbo. Much like All those Baltic states that are just kept in limbo from NATO. Protect the West from Russia.
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
You're describing how the coalition... If I die from this...
One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged even. Debating. You should consider joining a debating society for adults. I hear they're oodles of fun.
I'm a debate bro.
I used to have a flyer for one, but...
Oh no.
But now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway. It's this funny theater thing, you know? Very creative. Helps relieve stress.
A chill runs down your spine as you envision a half-dozen people in professional attire standing around a chair, awkwardly pretending to be waiting for a motorbus. It's neither funny nor creative.
That's not fair. I've done an improv class. It's not like that at all. You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry. Who?
Your friend, the smoker on the balcony, where we were just talking about him?
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education.
What's his name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes. He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
What are you doing in his apartment?
I'm just enjoying the view.
There's a dead body hanging in the tree.
A dead body we still need to get down, by the way.
Oh, Kim, you're putting the cart before the horse.
Listen. The Insulindian Bay. This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. But the million real view stays. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee. I'm all ears, officer. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. Of course.
Coach physical instrument. Wait, how did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a discus? Or the world youth record in discus? Something doesn't add up here. This mushy thing between your ears didn't know the name of the city you're in, but it comes loaded with trivia about the correct chin position of a shot-put ball. Could it be that? Shut up, namby-pamby. This train of thought ends abruptly. It's leg day. Straighten your rhombus muscle. It's shirts versus skins. Take your shirt off, Namby. Your skins.
Namby. +2 physical instrument. If shirt slot is empty. -1 encyclopedia. Facts are for binoclards. Got it. Love it. Love it. Got it. Love it. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Physical instrument. +2. You know, +2. Oh, only if my shirt is empty. Shirt do I even have on? Which shirt? Which shirt? Yeah, look at that. Get me naked. Get me all hot and bothered and naked. All right. -1 drama. Can't see the lies. Filthy boho, probably a narcomaniac. A bit dry. Eye of the Reckoner. Seems Sea monster soul, sea monster's vision. Okay. Well. Do I need to be logical? Let's be logical. Let's be extra largical. Extra largical, look at us. Do I need to be largical for any reason? I don't think so, but look at me. I'm very largical. Let's go, Kim. What else do I need to do? What else do I need to do? Oh my god. Let me pull up my notes. Okay, we need to... Look at the snow, it's so pretty. Look at this kitty. You can't see her, she's so pretty. So we talked... I gotta go back and talk to Everett. He's probably gone for the day, though. Let's see if the frit is open so that I can cash my check. I think they're open kind of late. Do do do. Boo do 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 do. I gotta get some drugs too. Oh my god. About to die. I am about to die. Somebody even hurts my feelings right now, my heart will break and I will die. It'll be sad. Now, let's see. Speed. This 20 by 50 centimeter, I don't know what that means. 10 inch by like 25 inch roughly? That's huge. Check looks like it's meant to be handed over ceremoniously on a gala-like event. It supposedly exchanges for 25 real at your local fruit store. Below the number, a carefully hand has written the words, "Constable's rent, all of it. Note, worthless in a pawn shop." Fun. Hey, lady.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Oh, calm down. I need to exchange this novelty check for cash.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir. Anything else I can do for you?
Blow the whole thing on speed and gin.
Yeah.
Right now.
Hell yeah.
Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask some local dealers, maybe.
Can you tell me anything about this reality we're in?
Reality?
Kim, get out of my butt.
What reality? Economic reality or?
No, I mean the physical reality.
I don't know. What about it?
Where are we?
We're in Frit?
No, are we on a larger scale?
As mankind or as a nation or?
Like where in the world?
We're in Revachol, like on the Insulindian Isola.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What time is it?
I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
Wow. What is the revolution?
When ordinary people take over the government and demand democracy.
What about the one we had here in Revachol?
Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean.
Coalition, what's that? Someone told me there is one.
Our government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article.
I won't bother you with this nonsense anymore.
Cool.
Okay. I need...
A small cabinet on the wall is...
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste... Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Heal my morale. My health. Okay. That's good. Leave.
The tear machine stand. Your bottles clunk. Do you know what you should do with that money?
Buy alcohol. Yeah. Let's see. She's upstairs until 11. I should go talk to her. I think Claire is gone. Talk to him in the morning.
Can
Pay
I
for
help
my
you?
room.
Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Okay. Find booze and drink it.
Can I help you? Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker?
I love Gert.
He sounds irritated.
You sound irritated. Why? All I need is a drink.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I'm not a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
I'm an alcohol-operated detective. If you want me to clean up the dead body and solve the case, then you need to insert alcohol into my mouth. You don't understand the seriousness of the situation. I'm alcoholic. I need my fix.
Even more reason for me not to serve you, sir.
Okay. Gert. So cruel. Doo-doo-doo. See you in the morning.
The compact tape player is still and silent. Seems it has completely broken down now. The broken tape player doesn't have the ability to respond, but Kim would.
Okay.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face.
Oh.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, the faucet is quite terrible. You handle the chain cutters deftly. Apply. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it. Still not happening.
Okay. I kind of like my funky face, though. I might shave this go around. I'm gonna go talk to the one girl, though. Chicolaze. We stole all her drugs. Stole some bottles, too. Thanks for the bottles. I'll clean. I'm cleaning your room. I'm not stealing bottles to sell for money. I don't need money that bad. Smoke in the air. Astra menthols. Menthols are gross.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Party boys gave me a recording. They say it proves the deceased's intention to commit rape. Let's talk about Sunday night.
Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you were a police officer.
One of the first things I remember doing in Elysium.
Wow. Elysium. You don't hear that term often.
She's a glib girl, but she liked the wording.
Did you hear something Sunday night from my room?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo.
You mentioned loud disco music?
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them. Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Mostly just gets hard, doesn't it?
It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing. like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of that time you were yelling along to it.
What was the scene?
That it doesn't matter anymore, and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
Sure I wasn't being assaulted?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. A window was smashed, the tape player probably, the song stopped. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then.
She feeds herself another cigarette.
Yeah? You tell me, officer. I've been trying to open it, in case the contamination gets to the roof and I have to move on. All right.
Let's see. The Hardy Boys gave me a recording. They say it proves the deceased's intentions to commit rape.
It sounds like the boys would have preferred my saying it did happen. I didn't want to get caught up in this.
She is not at all worried the tape will contradict her statement.
What does that recording say?
The process of listening to it, miss. Just looking for a player.
May I suggest the stereo system in your room? I'm sure it plays more than Oh-Oh and the Sad Small Church Band. Mine, unfortunately, only comes with a mimsy little radio.
Unfortunately, it is completely busted.
Another broken thing in a line of broken things. Well, perhaps you'll find one somewhere.
Alright. Talk to you later, lady. Alright. Let's... I think I was alone last time I talked. Is there anything I need to do without Kim? Let me look at my list of things to do. I opened this door. I have to go back to him. He's not there anymore, though. Special borscht. I could put a little booze in the borscht. Ask Renee about the photo. He's asleep right now. Listen to the door gunner mega mix. I need to look up how to get this fashion fission quest. I can speak. Disco Elysium. Fascist quest. So, dreams at the end of day 3. Okay. Have one more day. Find a traffic hooligan. Oh, that's right. I gotta get a traffic hooligan. Find my badge. If we find the traffic hooligan, we'll find the badge. Get a reality lowdown from Joyce. I could go do that. Do 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 do. Sexy boy isn't here right now. You talk to a cigarette smoker on the balcony with that sexy robe on. It's freaking hilarious. Do 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 do. Ooh ooh. Do 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 do.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Well, I've talked to Everett Clare.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally. Time to choose sides.
He's not a champion I would have chosen. I wish this were fealty to you, the cause of capital. Yeah, no. He's a bloated rainbow socialist.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it, of course. I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. How could I stop you? Are we not...
Tell her.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Weird. Oh no. One of the positive things to come from the revolution is the unhindered exchange of information, you see, even when it comes to trade secrets, which isn't to suggest our talks constitute corporate espionage. Even if they did, it would be fine. But they don't, since you logged the money as a donation, and this is clearly just gossip between friends.
The lieutenant might have, but I don't remember you logging anything as anything, Harry.
Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun.
Oh. That's so helpful of him. So very, very helpful. And how is that going? Do you have any leads on that gun? Yes. As you said.
Oh, it's the loop.
Your gun. Yes.
He seems to be in some sort of loop. Well, that's not good. Looks fine over here. You sure it's not some sort of glandular problem?
What is happening?
Executive function is completely shot. I keep pushing buttons and nothing is happening.
Sweetheart, please stop repeating that now. Please.
How do we get out of here? What makes you think we will?
Yes, Mr. Everett. This gossiping idea was terrible on my part. I take it back.
The woman scans her surroundings, as though a neurologist might magically appear. Your skin crawls.
Mr. Everett is helping him find his gun.
Do you want me to take you to a hospital, sir?
Things were going so well before. There's no other option. The process must be interrupted. You think we should turn him off and back on again?
Officer!
Yeah, we need to pull the plug. There's nothing else to do. Are you not afraid it'll kill him? Physically, he should be fine. Or at least no worse than usual. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Hold on.
Detective!
What happened?
Is everything all right in there?
I'm great. Are you all right?
I'm much better now that you're back. You seem to be caught in some sort of loop.
Loop?
Never mind the details. We've wasted enough time as it is. What matters is that you seem to have got out of it. Now, please ask me something else before it happens again. Something that, preferably, doesn't include the words Mr. or Everett.
I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later, down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with? More lessons in basic reality?
Okay.
My favorite. We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
And what is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. You would be excused for not knowing about it. I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager.
A brief spike of longing in her upright body. The dots under her eyelids shake.
This place used to be a province. A workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine.
There's a spark in the air, a live wire hanging in the wind, in your hungover neocortex. Then the sea air cools it down.
You mentioned a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean. Yes, we're on an island in an ocean.
Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
Caillou, as you already know.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her.
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city, the great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact.
History, Detective. They built this city to resolve history. The nations of the Occident, or in the DeLorean century. They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean. I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom, coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Where are we?
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know?
What times are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective.
What is acute encephalopathy?
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain.
She conveys it in short, cold bursts, trying not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective, in case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
I know you've got a lot writing on me. I won't let you down. Let's see.
It's not just me, Detective. All of Martinez has placed its chips on your success. Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
It's obviously bariatric surgery. I've lost so much weight.
That seems unlikely.
Yes, and perform autoerotic asphyxiation on yourself with your funny necktie out in the open somewhere.
What? Let's not do that, kitty. Let's not.
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revacholian Citizens Militia?
Preciso mundo.
Good. And what is the Revacholian Citizens Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
You said de facto?
Yes. That means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
So basically I'm a thrall to foreign interests.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent, provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. So permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police, the only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
And what are you?
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
Everyone wants to talk about themselves. She will, in time.
What is this?
A bird? A sphenicid?
I mean, what is this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot, or 2.
What is Rue de Saint-Ghislain?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off.
Splat, splat.
Wonderful.
What is that?
The girl in the old lady rags looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture. Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
But make it more complicated somehow.
I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead. All right. What next?
I love that. Because it's true. They'll just sell you your own counterculture shit back to you.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Let me... put this on. Have anything else? What a thought. Oh, yep. I gotta think this thought. So let's... There we go. Can't I do it? Okay. Let me...
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of...
A strange coldness comes over you as you look at the world. The waves sway the sloop slowly. That's all. The doubt is fully formed in your head. The alien feeling persists. You just can't word the question yet. You have to complete the jamais vu thought first.
Nothing more nor less than... Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the... There's nothing yet. The post-revolution... They called it... So permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling... Glad to have been of assistance.
I don't know why it does that. It makes it seem like there's something I missed, and then you go back and you're like... Or maybe it's just because it's new to the list, and that's why it comes up as like, you haven't hit this one yet. And I was like, I did hit that one, though. I did it. Why do you gotta do these things to me? Why? Okay. Hello? I don't have enough money. I need like $3. What could I pawn? I pawn this bench. Hey Roy, I got a bench for you. Sewer grate, a gateway to the river of filth. How delicious.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Let me see
Sure.
what I have to sell.
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Okay. Postcards. I'm gonna sell that picture. Really don't own much, do I? I always keep these postcards. I don't know why. They always look so cool. Okay, let's sell postcards.
Another time, perhaps. Yeah, we still have those boom boxes on the shelves.
Okay. Well, I still need $2.19. If the is the frit still open? I think they're open till 2. Man, that girl has to sit there from like 7 in the morning until 2 o'clock at night. That's a long ass day. Nope, they're close. Okay, she's only there till 11. Still, that's 12. It's like 16-hour days. She's there like every day. I mean, it doesn't seem like a particularly difficult job, but oh, this guy's going to. Damn. Bother him in the morning, I guess. All right. Whoa, kitty. I'm sorry. So that guy is a vision quest that I've never gotten. Pretty sure. I've done the one where you hire Cindy as an artist,
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting, but it's yours.
We'll go to sleep.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. You're not cooperating, brother man. It's your disgusting body.
And there's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing. Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you?
This body's worthless anyway. No one does anything nice to it. I see the system's failing me.
Yes, your body is a system, and it's failing you because you're failing it.
Thought I was on the express to silence. I'm an artist, and liver damage is my art. No, I'm going to endure this pain with dignity.
There's no dignity here. Only reflections of your body mass. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that? Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
Some of them are. Some of them are nice. Others are scared. At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours, running in the space between their ears, full of secrets.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can.
Okay, let's go. Do 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 do. Ooh, ooh. All right. Well, Kim, unless you got $2.19. Let's put on our. The first time I played this game, I had to make sure I wore the correct outfit for bed. I always put my robe on for bed. Actually, let's put no shirt on. Let's be all body, baby. We'll put these gloves on because we're sexy. We can never take our tie off for sure. And then our sexy sunglasses. And then we will put cigarettes in one hand and our clipboard in the other. We're ready for work. I think I need my electrochemistry pants. I have a feeling. Ooh, that's sexy. Good morning. He's like, what are you wearing?
Yes?
These two bozos. We gotta talk to this guy.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
Hello.
I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad. Not bad at all. What brings you here?
Let's see. Oh dear.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy. All about that physical prowess and athletic skill. Nothing else here.
It's in no way a metaphor. It's no way. Sports aren't homoerotic, kitty. Don't be silly. What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I live here. My room is upstairs.
Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me?
Tell me about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
And what'd you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
Did you tell him about your friend?
What friend?
Your Sunday friend.
No, I don't think it came up.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
His earpiece?
Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear.
What was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits?
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
Thanks for the information.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
You're right, he was magical, magically bureaucratic.
I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people.
And who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return.
Return where?
To his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know.
What are you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
What does it mean, a Sunday friend?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
Is that even a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
Why was he staying at your place in the middle of the night?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
I don't want to talk about other people. I want to talk about you.
What about me, gendarme?
About the hat and the robe I'm wearing.
You can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it.
Thanks. I like carrying a piece of you with me at all times.
Is it now? Well, enjoy it.
That's not at all. Oh, Harry. So repressed.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Yes?
Can't believe he doesn't say anything about this outfit. Okay, I was wondering if he would say anything about that conversation. He's like, oh, really? Okay, let me put on something more appropriate here. Just wander around shirtless. What's the difference? We're gonna be, logical. Kinda like the flumpy look. He looks like a teacher. How about that hat, though? Anyway. Bit of a racist hat going on. Okay, what are we doing today, Kim? Find booze and drink it. Open... Okay, let's go talk to Everett. Let's talk to the borscht man. It's freaking hilarious. Tomatoes.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. We speak Revacholian in Revachol.
Speak Revacholian?
Man is a foreigner.
We speak Suren. There is no such thing as the Revacholian language. But don't worry, your message remained clear.
The cook is still smoking, ash falling from between his fingers.
Good thing he didn't understand a word of your stupidity.
Oh, Kim hates me. It's kind of sad. You know what's behind this door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Leo said you're friends with Mañana. Is that true?
The mention of Mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. They're friends.
What's in that borscht you're making?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Yes.
Borscht need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Vodka borscht! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself.
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg. He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew. He smiles and nods enthusiastically and chattering away in his language.
Thanks. I got a little bit of borscht for breakfast. Oh, I got a nice hot thermos full of borscht filled with booze. Uh-oh.
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens. Light reflects off the thermal cup. The borscht may not look like much, but doubtless it'll get the job done. Better pop it open before it gets cold. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. There's a satisfying pop as the cap comes off, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're home now. You see a flash of teeth, a young woman smiling at you near some railway overpass in your ruined past. She is gorgeous. Nothing. Some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'll be strong as an ox. A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done. From the void we came, and to the void we must return.
Okay. Look at us having a nice little bit of vodka for breakfast. Alright, I need some money. $2.09. I got 10 cents somewhere. I went through all of these, right?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Silence. No one's home at Fortress X. Looks like someone has melted. You wait for a minute. You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens. Silence. No one answers. This button.
This button looks new.
Anyway, I can't walk in there. It's... Did I talk to this mailbox yet?
The dented yellow mailbox greets you.
Okay. 8 in the morning.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
I am the law.
I know, sir.
Yes, people get that you are the law. You really don't have to keep saying it.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir.
Whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What's a book?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What's a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
And what's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Okay if I ask you some questions.
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your name?
My name is Annette, sir. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because?
I'm signalling that the store is open.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
You're cold. Can I help you in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work. Dismantled the free market. Okay. Should maybe have a word with the store owner, maybe?
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't she be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go, exactly, but we've been doing fine so far.
Sounds rather serious. I should probably look into it.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestations.
No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Enough about the curse for now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
This is crime business.
Fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Crime is a deviation from the law, punishable by either a civil or criminal sentencing. It's what the law prevents.
Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. You don't look much like a policeman.
What does a cop look like?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
You know anybody who actually looks like that guy in the picture? That's just stupid fantasy of a man. It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your...
head. Yes.
No, it's your soul. Your blue soul. No, your resilience.
Grit, a total disregard for personal safety. You gotta take the pain. This Mullen guy looks like he'd run to his mom. Nah, he's got no soul. The Mullen guy looks like a Hample man. Who could respect that face? It's not even drawn correctly. He lacks soul.
I'm not sure I understand.
Policeman's gotta have the right stuff, an ingrained sense of the law. No one would follow a weakling like Mullen.
If you say so, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for your soul. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
So what's romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because that's really not a proper romance story. That's more not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I'm sure she can help out.
That's enough romance for me.
Maybe some about other books.
Famous
Oh,
people.
kings and queens and generals of old. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading those doesn't make the reader more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
They're all dogs.
Famous for vain people. I have better things to do. These famous people sound like a bunch of dorks.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
Yeah, you heard me. Only losers waste their time with that garbage.
Isn't that kind of a childish thing for a grown-up to say?
Snap, snap. I love Annette.
When she grows up, and if she grows up to be clever, she'll discover there's no such thing as a grown-up.
If you grow up to be clever, you'll discover there's no such thing as a grown-up.
Okay, sir.
She doesn't know what to make of that, but she'll remember it.
It's true, though. It's totally true. Grown-up is fake. Don't do it. It's a trap. Okay, I'm gonna do something now.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
Hey, why do you keep your hands folded?
What do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going.
You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest, a facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
You heard me. Hands up.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your nails.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
There are a few other hints.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
I bet I know why you bite your nails.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Intense dedication to the way of business. You're uptight because your mother and the pressure she's putting on you.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
Oh, I hope this entertains you.
It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
Fine, to do something about me.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not
But
flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
How do you know I'm usually not?
Because you usually aren't.
I'm also sad and my head hurts.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar. Somehow, there's something you're missing. You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How? You must have forgotten something you heard again.
Oh gosh, okay, bye. See you around, Annette.
Do you feel that?
Yes.
Of course you do. You don't even know what it is you're feeling, but you can feel it. That's the mark of a true remote viewer. The time has come to connect to RVD HQ. By establishing a connection, you'll have proved yourself worthy as a remote viewer.
Close your eyes.
Everything all right, detective?
Shh. I'm trying to connect with the remote viewers division.
This again? Come on, detective. The joke has gone on long enough.
Ignore the lieutenant. He's never connected with anything paranatural. You're on different planes, metaphysically speaking.
Keep your eyes shut.
It takes time to block out the sounds of the world. But once you do, it's like you're on a wavelength. Not like any natural wavelength. No, there seems to be something on the other end. If only you could listen closely enough.
Oh, for God's sake. This is a bunch of...
Bzzzt. Do you copy? This is RVD HQ. Anyone there?
RVDHQ, this is Firewalker reporting for duty.
Can it be? We haven't heard that name in ages. Welcome to the RVD, Firewalker. Bzzzt. You are a special man, and definitely not imagining it.
Definitely not imagining it. You be quiet, Kim. Hello, ma'am. Good one?
Yes? Hello?
Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working-class woman, why isn't she working?
Shouldn't a working-class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working-class woman needs something to read.
Good, good.
It is.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
I wonder if he would say that if I was in my bathrobe. Good then. You need the help of a policeman.
What with?
This citizen thinks she can do without your assistance. Don't buy it. They all need help. Help her by carrying things? Maybe she needs a weightlifter. Maybe she needs you to fight her husband. No, that's not it.
Maybe your husband is missing?
My husband? No, he's not.
So where could he be?
I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends?
8:30 in the morning?
Where is this going, officer?
So what I'm hearing is you don't know where your husband is.
Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Wouldn't you like to?
No.
That's probably healthy. Maybe you're right. Maybe he isn't missing indeed.
Of course he's not. It's not like he's a pocket watch. I wouldn't just lose him.
She has, though. The husband is totally lost. You should tell her that it's okay.
It's okay.
What?
It's all right to not know where your husband is. Nothing shameful in that.
Who said anything about shame? Stop talking down to me. My husband is not missing.
But he is. You can feel it. Or maybe it's something else then.
Maybe your children are missing?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so where are they?
Are you a policeman or a nanny?
I'm a nanny.
They are not missing, sir.
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance. What if something horrible has happened? What if they're dead? That's the bad vibe you got before.
What if something awful has happened? What if they're in the sewers?
What? That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Shamrock. There's nothing to worry about.
She's getting upset. Her voice has risen as she tries to convince herself that her daughters are safe.
They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now.
What is this doubt you have then? Something has happened here.
Maybe you're right. Maybe they aren't missing enough to see. Tell me, how old are they?
My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing? That they're in Shamrock, safe and well, at some stupid party?
Did someone say party? You could use a party. Hunting. She gives you a short nod.
I don't mean to disrespect.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped.
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested.
Maybe you should. What if the
Actually-
cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
I'll go do that.
Wonderful. The store is open.
Her hands move over the book covers. An array of neurons fire up with joy.
No, I don't. Why do you think that I smoke? No, you don't.
Just give me a cigarette, please.
I already told you I don't have any. Go bother someone else.
She's lying. She's goddamn lying. She has smokes.
You know where I can get a new pack?
From the kiosk? There's one near the harbor. It's Frita. You can look it up.
She sighs. The woman before you nods and
The lady. The book says you must attain a Franco-Nigerian hard body. Well, thank you for so vehemently telling me to look at that. Let's look around here for a minute.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. This is entirely, completely you. You have found the right books.
Oh, Man from Hjelmdal. A very popular series of adventure novels. Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. What does it matter? They're all the same. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hjelmdalaman, The Man from Hyandal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Rows and rows of Hyamdala men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyamdal and the Mammoth Riders, maybe 100. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound. Not even close. Man from Hyamdal in hell. Man from here. A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
What is it?
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Hyamdal in chains.
Oh yeah.
Kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man.
Fascism naturally leads to homoeroticism and sexy bondage.
She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Hyamdala man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Hyamdal and the Devil Woman.
Aren't all women devil women?
Especially those leering types who seem to wear nothing but an armored bikini. There's also some sort of a snake lizard beast slithering around her abdomen, chest, shoulder region. It's symbolic of vice and sin. The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyamdal novels. Rows and rows of maybe 100. Those snow crabs are not even close. Man from Hyamdal in hell. Man from Hyamdal and the Forest of Slaves.
I don't have that much money. I mean, I do, but I have to buy a thing. Okay.
A small mountain of color.
Wonderful board, Rowbridge.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
I have children, a family?
It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you.
Oh. I don't feel as if I have, kids, friends, chicks. I have all those. I don't feel like I have any kids.
Friends are technically like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, books in a board game section. Who wants to read books?
Think that really catches my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense. Nonsense for anemic Beano clods.
Okay. Let's go read about cockatoos.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the...
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. Furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree.
True.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction, just, you see, Dick Mullen on the job. Get me Mullen. The stalwart adventures of Richard P. Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case. Yes, there's also the dame who did it. Farewell, my Mullen. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Come on. This is not the way real police solve crimes.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it.
Gosh, why?
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
Fascist magic. Rather candid. A quaint picture book brochure, very colorful.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People.
I would say a very influential historical figure. The book is also very daring. Perhaps for a layman.
Do her words seem vague and abstract to you?
A little bit.
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called The Anti-Star. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a run-down drug den.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time.
Oh, I got the thing that I get money just for reading
This
things.
bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. When it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. It's your own fault if you're ill. Got it?
Say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Storekeep, what books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free.
Okay.
I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers.
Police
oh, no.
store. Okay. Let's find some good stuff.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
What's the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire.
Territoire. Oh, this means the pale in like French or something. Le territoire. Translation. The territory.
For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale. Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab.
Sounds invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale. Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. That seems improbable.
Probably get my hands on some of that. What else is in here?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxin. This is exactly what you need. I don't know. I don't want to be the party pooper, but this pale territory sounds sort of dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't walk in it naked.
Anything else to note?
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
I don't need that.
You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
Indeed. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
All right.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. This large map displays archipelagos: Ozon, Laurentide, Fas-Alamir, archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible.
Can you see cities?
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas, lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Muindi is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, Hudon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is, north of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Look at the map of Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They didn't get that far. For some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Okay.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
What's behind the curtain?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Examine this cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
This is about the curse. That's why you're afraid.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right?
What are you, a coward? Think about the marvelous adventures waiting for us on the other side.
Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Okay. Firewalker will be on the case next week for sure. But for now, I must go. My whole weekend is topsy-turvy for various reasons, so it's a short stream today. But I'll definitely be back next Saturday at 8 a.m. Where we will, question plays on, we will become Firewalker. And we got to work on our Fascist vision quest. We got to figure out how to start that. There's an honor thing here I need to get. I need to get 11 honor points to get the achievement about honor glands. And I think I got the fascist one last time. No, I got the one that pissed off Kim. I'll have to look. I think I already got the fascist one because I got like 40 points in fascism. I am the most fascist person on the planet. And it's almost, it would be funny to see like what happens if you die from being fascist. So fascist he killed over dead. I'll have to try that someday when I'm low enough. But until then, I'll see you guys next time where we will continue our fascist honor cop playthrough. See you later. Bye-bye.